Hey everyone, welcome back to the VoskCoin YouTube channel. So crazy. Last night we went over 300,000 subscribers. To celebrate that in this video, we're going to go ahead and give away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin and $1,000 of Helium HNT. All you have to do is drop your Bitcoin or Helium address, you got to pick one, in the video comments below, and timestamp your favorite part of this video. Okay, if I find you entering both, you're out. And if you don't timestamp, you're out. So with that, we're going to be looking at some really cool stuff today, because a lot of people discounted cryptocurrency in the beginning. They didn't take Bitcoin serious, right? Well, you look back and you're like, wow, I should have taken the internet money thing a little bit more serious. And a lot of people have been very resistant to the cannabis industry. Some people even think that the opportunity is come and gone for cannabis. But just for example, right here in the United States, it's still not even legal, and some states are going further to defy federal law and legalize it in their own state. Even Virginia, which, growing up in Virginia, where it's generally conservative outside of the Northern Virginia area, it's pretty interesting to see, right? Soon you'll even be able to grow up to 4 plants in your own home. Previously, you'd be in prison if you did that, right? So clearly, recreational use of marijuana is well on its way to being legalized everywhere. And that echoes a statement with Bitcoin and other crypto where they're like, well, they're going to ban that. You know, they use Bitcoin for money laundering, and they use, the terrorists use Bitcoin. We got to get rid of it. Like, shut up, dude. Like, you know what the bloodiest currency is in the world? It's the US dollar. There's more blood on the US dollar than any other coin. So if we're gonna ban any currency, how about we ban the US dollar that is just forever printed whenever they want it? But for some reason, I have to pay taxes. Why do I pay taxes if you can just print more money when you want it? And how come you apparently know how much I'm supposed to pay in tax, but you make me figure it out? And you gotta hire a professional to do your taxes because it's so difficult and the tax documentation is just so convoluted. You're like, what? And then terrified of being audited even when you're not even lying or doing anything wrong. But that's another day, another video. If you're just tuning in, my name's Vos. I try to have some fun here, and I actually took a step away from the channel this weekend, went to the track and obliterated a brand new set of tires. So even when I try to have fun away from trying to have fun here, sometimes I struggle. But you know what I don't struggle with? 10 seconds of Tails, our most beautiful, favorite pup in the world, a resident Dogecoin. Tails is so awesome. We brought a tent to the track this weekend to set her up there, so she was just chilling when we were out there. That way she officially became the fastest Doge of the day. FTD, baby. Let's jump into today's video review of Bevcanna, thanks to Future Money Trends. Here's a quick message from our month's video sponsor, Compass, who are aiming to become the best marketplace for the purchase of Bitcoin mining ASICs and the best place to find cheap power prices at verified mining co-location facilities around the world. Mine with Compass with our link in the video description below. Quick note on the giveaways. I recommend Binance.us or Hotbit if you're outside the US or in New York. You can head to that exchange, you can set up an address, and then you'll be eligible to receive the Bitcoin or potentially the Helium if you were to win that. It will be announced in about a month. The thread will be linked out in the video description below, and the winner will be announced on VoskCoin Talk, our official forum, as well as notified in a comment below. Looking at the crypto markets, everything is green and it's super exciting. But today, the main project I want to talk to you about doesn't have a ticker symbol related to cryptocurrency, but its position kind of in the market is very similar in the sense kind of coming back to that whole long journey that the cannabis industry has had to fight for just general acceptance. Right? If you bought the 52-week low and you sold the 52-week high, this project would have already been a 10x, which for a stock is super exciting and always the goal with cryptocurrencies. And a lot of people believe there could be even still a much bigger upside, and it's trading almost 50% down from its previous all-time high. Today we're going to be talking about Bevcanna. Okay, so their whole game here, right? They bottle wellness, manufacture cannabis infused beverages, white label manufacturing, brand creation, and so forth. And I think that we're going to see a lot of products really emerge like this over the next several years as we make a lot of progress from like a legal point of view when it comes to marijuana, recreational use, cannabis, hemp, CBD, and it's not even just that like all these things are necessarily banned, right? But a shift in the general society viewpoint, right? Because how long were so many campaigns made to just set out and make us believe these are bad?
America, we need to talk about something called grass. Not that grass. I'm talking about marijuana.
But why Bevcanna? Like, why do I bring you Bevcanna today to talk about it? So they have some interesting things, and there's one critical piece that I found. I was like, okay, that's cool. Let's talk about that one. So obviously they bottle, they infuse it with cannabinoid infusions using THC and CBD derived from both cannabis as well as hemp. And CBD is just making like huge progress versus like traditional manufactured medicine in the last couple years. But they have their own premium alkaline spring water aquifer, okay? Full service beverage and supplement manufacturing capabilities, 292 acres outdoor cultivation site. So this isn't just an idea. This isn't just some dudes, got some VC money sitting in a room or anything like that. They have real world assets, and that alone makes them very valuable. The fact that they closed on, complete total ownership, right, of an actual aquifer that at the time of it being closed, $18 million is pretty wild, because a lot of people undervalue water if you're living in a first world country. You live around a city, you turn a faucet, you've got clean city water instantaneously. But it's very easy to forget that that is just a basic necessity, and it's the universal solvent. Okay, so water is in almost everything. I mean, take a look in the mirror. Bro, you are mostly water. Don't forget that. And don't forget just what a vital resource it is. And you want to talk about like potential, not to sound negative or get banned on YouTube or anything like that, but you want to look at like potential next like terrorist attacks and things like that, and just war and prime targets. It's water sources, power sources, internet. But the big takeaway is just how valuable those resources are and how disruptive they would be if they were destroyed or diminished, disrupted, ruined. I draw a similar line because we talk a lot about cryptocurrency and crypto mining here on the channel, right? And you take Bitcoin and the fact that it's mined with these Bitcoin ASIC miners, these application-specific integrated circuit miners. They're purpose-built machines. They quite literally mine this digital coin, just like a real drill in the real world would drill down and drill out oil and so forth. And you take a look at Bevcanna and the whole proposition of their company currently, they essentially mine their water. Okay, they produce, they acquire, they source their own water in their own aquifer. It's hard to get a better rate than when you make it yourself. It's like, why do you make your own meals at home? You probably do it to save money, but I'd rather go to Outback and order a steak every time. But it adds up quick. Jumping back to their potential value proposition, right? Well, we look at the sourcing, the production. They literally make their stuff, okay? That's so critical. On top of that, they handle their own packaging and logistics. These guys are a full-blown manufacturing company from that point of view, which also opens the door for them to create white labels or white labeling, right? So I could go to Bevcanna and be like, yo, give me some of that VoskCoin infused water. And they could do that. And that adds a business within their business. It's not just about them and their brand and selling their water, but now they have sub-brands and so forth. And just think how many things are produced by companies like Coca-Cola and Pepsi under brands that don't say Coke and Pepsi. And they're creating a lot more than just infused water, right? They have CBD pain rub, CBD coffee, keeping your system balanced with their infusions, immune defense, and other products that are all geared around cannabinoids and CBD oils and everything in between. This is a market that is already starting to boom, and it's only going to get bigger. And here's the biggest and latest news on simply Bevcanna Enterprises Inc. is that they are planning to expand into the Asia Pacific region through its wholly owned subsidiary, Naturo, which is really tripping me up because all I'm seeing, reading, hearing is Naruto, like the anime, but we have Naturo Group. But anyway, they wholly own this subsidiary, and they're looking at basically 21% of the world's population. And if they can break into these, particularly Japan and China, obviously that's huge. And keep in mind, if you don't know, vending machines are huge. Okay, absolutely huge in Japan. And that is an excellent venue for them to try to get their products out there and distribute it. Because if they become a popular option, then naturally the vending machines will want to be stocking them and selling them, increasing their potential sales and reach exponentially. We look at the United States, which they're based out of, right? United States population, 330 million, which is only 4.25% of the world's population, as opposed to 21.5% of the Asian market that they're looking to expand into. So looking over at BVNNF, which is one of their stock tickers, currently trading at about 68 cents per share and a market cap of only $64 million, I find this pretty interesting. But I want to hear from you in the comments below. What do you think about Bevcanna and the cannabis industry and the CBD industry kind of as a whole? Do you think it's like running along the same path as cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and it's really just kind of on a trajectory like this, go straight towards the moon? Or is the ship already sailed? Personally, I think there's a lot more room to grow, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. We're going to be creating even more stock content here in the future, particularly around emerging markets like the cannabis industry, as well as obviously keeping our focus on cryptocurrency. And just recently we created a video on what I thought would be some of the top 5 stocks that are associated with cryptocurrency and blockchain, and some of those have 10x'd or more since that video. I'm not saying our video did that, but I'm just saying, little quick pat on the back is just, you pay attention, you stay tuned in, you see crypto's booming. Why wouldn't the stocks associated? And if cannabis is booming, why wouldn't the stocks associated boom in the same vein? So above all, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up on the video, enter the giveaway with a comment below, and let me know if you want us to create a full-blown video guide review tutorial jumping into just stocks, the best places to buy them and everything like that, because obviously we cover a lot of crypto here and the buying related to that on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Thanks again so much for helping us hit 300,000. It's just freaking crazy. And what's even crazier is this fade away. And I'm back. And I'm gone. Subscribe. See ya. Thumbs up. Bye.
Shut up.